Hello, good morning. How are you? Good morning. Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Yeah. Well, I'm seeing this morning in the news something related to precarity, level of precarity, and really, I don't know, it's something strange here in Spain.
Yeah, it is a very interesting topic to talk about.
So we can do our project of sociology about that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And what are you going to ask in this project? I mean,
Well,
what are you going to do?
I have know. We can ask people what they think about precariousness in our country, for example.
Yeah, but people in the street
Yeah.
doing interviews. For
Yeah,
example.
interviews.
And also maybe about immigrants.
Yeah.
If immigrants tend to get the job that are more precarious.
that's an interesting point.
Yes, for inequality in the impacted groups.
But like we are in the university, we can ask, for example, if our career is going to help us for the future to not going to have that jobs with precarious or something like that.
Yeah, I think that's a really interesting thing to do. Yeah, you can do it.
We can do it. We can meet one day.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So when can we do that interview?
Another day, for example, tomorrow.
Or now. Wow, we will know.
No?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's yeah. Let's go.
Let's go.
Come on.
Well, we can go to the city center. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Let's in my car. Okay.
Oh, yes.
Everybody.
¿Qué personaje
Inequality in terms of the wage gap does not exist, at least in public jobs, because it is supposed to be legal, and now there is a law that regulates everything. It's a law, isn't it? That regulates the whole issue of contracts, and you can see everything that others charge, and then you even make statistics to see if there is a difference or not. It's clear that it's already totally illegal, and you can see. Therefore, it would be illegal to make a difference having the same contract. Another thing is that later in the private company, you have no knowledge if the other have. Me as a bar owner, I've been forced in the advisory to have all my waiters signed that they agree that they earn exactly the same, one to each other. They had to see reflected the payrolls of both. I think not. Part-time jobs and precarious jobs are young people looking for a place in the market, are jobs that I understand are waiters or some kind of service in the summer. So I don't think there is gender inequality, but the conditions are not the best.
Well, I think so, because I have a university education, but of course, let's say you have to be updated and to continue studying, because it's not the same, for example, me, that I have studied primary education and I'm continuing training for the opposition or to enter to a private school, that you still have to have a lot of trainings, language, masters. Therefore, I think in this area it's reduced that possibility. But on the other hand, for example, I'm not working on this. The main reason for what I'm telling you, because I have to continue studying. So I think that yes, there is a lot of difference if you have studies or not. I think that if in the end you don't have studies, you will end up taking a precarious job like waiter, cashier, or any job like that. but this not mean that people who have career work at McDonald's, Burger King, all of that at the same time that advance in their university career. Yes, but he's still studying to have a better training. It's what you say. You don't have to stop studying, because if you get stuck, stay there. Even so, if you have a career, for example, my brother has 2 careers and he's unemployed. He only gets part-time jobs or similar things. So then, no matter how much you continue studying for careers, you have to be updated and to continue training every day to get the work you want. Even many jobs will tell you that, because it's assumed if you have more training or more education, maybe the type of contract they have is different than the person who don't have career. So there are some company that they are not interested in this. So I also think that yes, the university education is important.
No, my wife and me, for example, we have both a career and it doesn't matter having a career or not. In fact, there are some cases that it's better not to have one for a more stable job.
No, I think that the university education is well regulated. What is finally needed is to line up university with business from a practical point of view. It's not easy, but there are other careers such as nursing or education where the practices are carried out from the beginning of the career. This is not the case with others, and it will be essential to line up the university with the companies.
From my point of view, the main causes could be one, for example, especially for young people. Before hiring you, they ask for a lot of experience, and I think it's not so easy for that person to take all that experience when the degree is over. Because from the beginning, they tell you, if you don't know, first train yourself. Then to train you, they offer contracts for interns that don't pay you enough. Then a lot of people feel discouraged. A lot of people go to other countries or other companies, but the companies that offer you those conditions are not many.
Mainly the subject of contracts. Regulate them in some way and the possibilities they offer you. And yeah, that's all.
From my point of view, those will be government regulations, collective agreements, and obviously you're also entering here both the union and the salary part. Those are the main points I will work on.
Okay, well, I think young people in general have fewer possibilities than people with some kind of experience. That is the main point why they could have less opportunities to engage in the work environment. So I would say that the problem is not just qualification with the young people, but the key point is they don't have experience, any kind of experience, okay? Of course, people with higher qualification could be, have a better prepare to engage in work environment and to, have the attitude that companies need in order to have a better job. Yes, actually, I think people with studies in the university, of course, they will have better the opportunities. Probably not at the first moment. So probably when you get in the laboral market, you can get a job and it could have no difference between people with university studies or not, but in the following months or year, probably the studies at a university level will improve very much the progress in the market level. Sure. This is the main consequence, or negative consequence of this situation. And the question is that companies have very uncertainty about the demand, about the activity, so they can't be sure that getting people, new people, hiring new people in companies will be for a long time. So that's why they are very carefully hiring people, and usually they hire people in a part-time contract.
Okay.
There are lots of consequences in the market level for the following years. The main question will be the uncertainty. It will be the new qualification that people will need for the future. So all the things that we consider up to the moment that are the main skills and qualifications that are needed in the market level probably will be the qualification that companies will need in the future. So I would say that the main question will be in terms of qualification and skills required for people in the market level. People will be more flexible, more with more soft skills, needed attitude, and so on, in order to change quickly from one job to another, and to have in mind different projects in terms of being working today here and tomorrow in another part of the world and in another job and so on. And of course the technical skills of the people. So people should improve very much the technical skills, the analyzing data and so on. So I would say that the main change in the market level will be in terms of qualification of the people. So we will see a shift from the traditional qualification to another kind of skills and qualification.
Part-time employment has grown by 18% in the last decade, reaching 15% of the employed, an increase that has been bigger in the case of men, although women are still the majority. This is without counting this last year of 2020, in which due to coronavirus, both types of contract have fallen notably, but mainly the full-time contract. In 2019, the Spanish labor market had 2.9 million employed people with a part-time employment contract, 435,000 more than 10 years ago, an increase that contrasts with a 6% decrease in the number of full-time employees. The part-time employment is usually an option chosen by the students, women with great family responsibilities, or workers over 60 years of age. However, the big problem in Spain is that the 70% of all part-time employees is involuntary, which means that 70% would prefer to be able to work long hours but can't. In Spain, job insecurity is synonymous with part-time employment.
In this table from the National Institute of Statistics in Spanish, we find the quantity of workers from both genders and expressed in thousands of people, and which contracts are divided in temporal and undefined ones. We find how since 2016 until 2019, undefined contracts and temporary has been increasing. Gratefully, it's been increasing more the undefined ones, that it will be what it makes more sense. But we can appreciate how temporary contracts are still rising and more in young people. Spain has a really big problem with unemployment, and if we want to solve it, we really need to change the problem that we have with part-time jobs.
As a conclusion, we can say that opinions regarding the causes of job insecurity in our country are quite different depending on the social status of each person. Despite this, the vast majority agree that university preparation is important to reduce the chances of working precariously. Everyone agrees that there is no gender inequality. It is a fact. Currently, thanks to the policies of the government establishments, we have achieved a balance in the labor aspect between men and women. According to the somewhat more professional interview, we could emphasize that it is important in terms of university preparation also to train the practical field, that is to complement practices and study to have a better chance of finding a job with good working conditions. In short, we have loved doing this work since we have known firsthand the different opinions of unknown and totally random people. In addition, this work has helped us to be more clear about what we should do in order to have a better future in terms of work. Thanks for your attention.